Actually, what? I should have loaded that up. 1 second. I should have loaded that up. Where is that? Okay, that's not it. That's not it either. Oh, I have a... Well, I'm going to assume that everything is loaded. Yeah, I was going to assume everything is loaded, I guess. Ah, finally, found it. Alright. Yeah, alright, everything appears to be running. Alright, let me pop that out. There we go. Now that that is positioned, everything is set. Why don't we go ahead and start? Hey, how's it going? Oh, I should probably wear a different outfit now. I've been working on a lot of more new outfits. I see the animations are still... I still need to fix them. Actually, that's what we're planning to do today. So why don't we just go ahead and start doing that? Yeah, so I figured today, since I have a bit of free time today, I have about an hour, 2 hours, let's see here, time. You can see it up above. It's the 11th. I thought it was the 10th today. Okay, it's the 11th. You can see it's around 3:30. I have about till around 5:30, so we can have a bit of fun with programming, and then I'll have to start getting my stuff done. All right then. I'm busy. I'm getting distracted. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting... All right. I'm getting distracted. Okay, let's go ahead and start programming. So, ideally, let's see here. Right now we have this at Python 3.10, as you can see. Okay, you can't see. I'm blocking it. I'm blocking it a little bit. But yeah, you can see right here. If I can, the mouse, yeah, right here behind me. If you look, we're currently on Python 3.10. And because of that, I decided what I should do is, on a different computer, I was updating it. And usually what you do with Python, or what you do with Python is you go to the website. So go to Python. Welcome to Python. Here it is. And then download. And then right here, you can see they currently are at 3.14. 3.15 is in pre-release. And so you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to download this. I'm going to download this and use it. So let's see here. Why don't we go ahead and do that? Here's the source code for Windows, Mac. Oh, come on, where are you? Come on, where are you? Where are you? Come on. Okay, I don't see it, but alright. When you go through here, eventually, you'll find out that they're not releasing these things by themselves anymore. You now have a downloader. Here it is, the Python install manager right here. This is for Windows because I'm using Windows for the other computer. So we'll have to get it to update for Linux, since this computer here is running Linux. But when you do that, you quickly find out that they don't call it Python. They call it cPython. And I'm like, cPython? I thought it was just regular Python, and then there was a variant called cPython. But apparently they might have merged recently. See, cPython is the interface implementation of the Python programming language, written in C and Python. cPython is the default and most widely used implementation of Python languages. cPython can be defined as both the interpreter and the compiler. So in other words, at some point in time, cPython became the default. I wonder when this happened. Let's see, when did cPython... Is it always been the case? And I was just gleefully unaware. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, wait, here. An experimental, just-in-time compiler merged into cPython's main development. I guess it was always called cPython, and I was unaware. That would be the first time that I would fail to notice something. But because of that, it made me think maybe we could actually take advantage of the fact that Python is a lot more closely tied to C than I was aware of. Ooh, Enterprise Linux Edition. I know Jthon. I remember Jthon. Wait, they have an Rthon? Written in R Python and translates into C. Hey, Buzz Baldrin. How's it going? We are busy doing a quick little history lesson here. I'm trying to find out when did they transition the name over from Python to cPython? Or has that been always the case? It says here that cPython, let's see, development ended without it being merged into the main implementation. Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. Because I just remember Python just being called Python. Like, where did the cPython come from? I remember there being a branch a long time ago called cPython, but I don't know if that's a... There. Confused with Cthon. Here we go. Ah, here we go. This is very confusing. Cthon. It is a superset of the programming language Python, which allows developers to write Python code with optional syntax of C. This might be where I'm getting confused. Yeah. Cthon is... This might be where my confusion is coming in. Cthon 3.0 was released into... I wonder how Cthon works. I might have to check it out later. For now, though, it's interesting to see that there's Cthon, cPython, which I guess is just called Python. I wonder why they got rid of the C. Maybe to make it easier to say. But I digress. Because of the fact that when I was updating my Python on a different computer and I found out, oh, since I call it cPython, and I know that there's a lot of underlying C code being run in Python, why not try and see if we can take advantage of that? The main idea is to try and update this code a bit more and see if I can, sillily get Python to build my animations for me without me having to, I do need to learn Zig, but hey, if I can get it to work in Python without having to use Zig, that would be an interesting experiment. So that's the main thing I'm going to try and do. So because of that, I think first thing I have to do is start figuring out our layout and our map. So right now we have this basic code here. This is the animation code. What it does is it will compile all of our different components. For instance, our image manipulator, our art generator, our file importer. You'll grab all these, toss them in, and run to town with them and generate all of our files. In fact, here you can even see the main file that's run. Now, the thing that I can comment on is, yeah, I tend to run everything in the interpreter. So I think one of the first things I need to do is start setting things up so it's more command line driven. To do that, we're going to just simply create a main file. All right, so yeah, from here we can just generate a main file here. Actually, what we'll do is we'll have there go main, then we'll just call main. There we go. And then that way what we can do is we'll start getting a bit more closer to how compilers would be running. So as opposed to just keep tossing it into the console, we'll just be able to exit out and then run our main script, and it'll do everything we want. Oh. Let's go ahead and start importing and everything. Maybe it'll be a bit faster if I just, yeah, do that. Import, import, import. Oh, interesting. There's a Jedi interface that has that too. Image enum, and I think there we go. Oh. Oh, I put form. Okay, there we go. All right, so there we go. So now we have our main function. Our animator function can be, we can start kind of, we can start working on this a bit. I guess what I should probably do is highlight what my general plans are. That way it can kind of help me, it can help me think a bit about what the direction I want to go. So let's load up GIMP real quick. Oh, hey, GIMP is loading. Okay, where is GIMP? Where are you? Oh yeah, I missed drawing. Anyway. There we go. Let's load up our... Let's create our window. Select our pen, make the size nice and tiny. There we go, perfect. Okay, so what I've been thinking about when it comes to this is I have the... Let's get a pen first. All right then. So what I have first is I have something called animate. I have framer. I have the importer. So the importer is all done. It is able to collect all of the information we want. It generates out all the directories that we need. For instance, all of our different folders that have all of the different files in them. These all get compiled out into individual frames, into the individual framers that are all nice and lined up. So one of the things that I started thinking about was, well, the first thing is, even though these are all just references, these contain references, I was wondering if maybe these could each be individual, or actually start taking in a little bit of memory. So if you remember, I have a dynamic layer, I have a static layer. I could implement a third option, which we've been trying to trail up, which could probably be a variant layer, or we could call it something, something like variant, or okay, what's another word for variant? You get the idea. the dynamic means that there's something that we can actively toggle. The variant means that it will be something that could be, it's not dynamic in a sense that it's okay. It is dynamic, but it will be processed differently. For instance, dynamics are things that I could call, while variants are things that will be controlled by a different system. This way, I could actually implement the animations for talking. So the different. Okay. Here's a weird talking animation, but yeah, what I can do is I can implement these variants, and then that way, when the program is, when the program is doing something, it can go, oh, these pieces need to be generated and held into memory, while this, which is dynamic, it can be called later when we want to, when we need to load it into memory. That's the idea. So creating this would help us differentiate out between these two. And by doing that, this means that I can effectively have a folder, which will be the different body types. So this would be the, like the one with the hats and I guess maybe maybe like a staff or something. And then a different outfit could be, a pair of boxers. Actually, that looks kind of like swim trunks, but you get the idea. And then for these, I can have variants where they could have different emotes. Like that. And then I could just simply have the different system call them. That way that these will be handled differently. That's the idea, at least. And because of that, what this means is that when I generate, or the idea is to make Framer not just a reference, but it'll also hold all memory. It'll hold the memory of the different frames. This way, what it would allow me to do is quickly pipe that stream it in to an animation buffer. If you remember the other day, we were having fun messing with... Let's hop over there so I can show you. So if you remember the other day, we were having fun messing with animation tools. We were trying to use it as a means to figure out what is wrong with my stuff. Well, I actually got it working. So if we go to image manipulation, here it is, image manipulation. We might have to move this out to something else. But down here, I managed to get show movie working. So what this does now is I can feed it in an image list. As you can see, it takes an image list, it will build out an animation, and then it will just keep cycling the animation for me. And if you look here, here it is right here, animation. We add in the different frames, and then you set in your duration, and then from here you then just proceed to run it. It's all in a while loop too. So the first thing I was thinking of with this is it possible to stream frames into the animator and add in frames and then remove them later? Like, could I make the image list say a reference? So, because here I'm adding it in, but could I just turn image list into a reference to frames? And then from there, I could just change all of the different items in the image list as the animation is cycling. Because if I could do that, then this could effectively be the animation tool that I've been wanting to generate with Zig. Because then all it means is that I just put in a buffer for how long I put in a buffer, like an image. We'd have to figure it out, but have this be, I don't know. Maybe we could have the default image in here and it just be cycling through one frame at a time. And then as we add in animations, we'll pipe those in and then funnel them out. And then by doing so, we could effectively build that dynamic image generator. But again, the only way to do this is through memory, which is why we need to get Framer to hold all of the said memories, all of the images of the frames, because yeah, that's the part that takes the most time. And in order to fix that, I've been thinking maybe we can start using asyncio. I don't know if it would work, but it would work well, but if we could use something, so there's a Python there is a Python library called asyncio. I think I'm spelling it wrong. There it is, asyncio. There it is. Yeah, this library, which just happened to vanish. There you go. Asyncio. So this library right here, it is pretty much what it does is it says that all functions and code that is using asyncio is dynamic. It's not in a static line. It can all run at individual points, and it can take the processor and use it when it needs it. It's great for speeding things up. It's kind of a pain to figure out sometimes because there's a lot of await function. We'll get into it when we start programming it, but yeah, it's an interesting. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and use asyncio to speed up some of the loading and compiling. And also, we'll see about setting it up so that the different everything is more interconnected. Now, to do that, the first thing we need to do is change our generator. We need to update our generator. So this here is going to be a video generator. Let's see here. Oh, we already have something called video generator. Oh, we need to change. This is a... Okay, we probably should change... Instead of calling this a video generator, we'll call this a... I'm going to call it video generator. You're going to be changed to movie generator. There we go. You're now movie generator. Let's go up here real quick and change up our... Yeah, this right here. Here it is, video. We're changing this to movie generator. There we go. Oh, wait. Whoops. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, this right here is debug code right here. We don't need the debug code now. There we go. Okay. Hey, EXO. How's it going? Oh, is the music loud? It looks a little bit loud. Let me turn it down just a wee bit. The music should always be running, but I have a feeling that the music is always too quiet. Yeah, it looks like I made it louder. Okay, I think that might be good. There we go. Hey, that's good to hear. That means it's been too quiet, because I've been running the music since I've been programming. Wow, okay. Yeah, okay. I will have to figure out how to get because the music that I hear through my headphones doesn't actually go through the sound system that is being streamed out. Yeah, man, if I had known that, then I would have been listening to a lot. I've been listening to a lot of other different songs. But yeah, the music should have always been there. Either way, either way. Actually, is it running in repeat? Okay. I'll have to... That was a duplicate. I'll have to... I just changed it. Anyway, let's see here. Yeah, so with that being done, what we're going to do is... This is going to be the movie generator. This will be the video generator. Now, what we want to do here is... So... Alright, so I think what we can do here, my idea, is what we can do is it will... Okay. I have an idea. I don't know if it's a good idea, but I have an idea. The main thing, though, is that I don't know if I should be putting it here, or if I should making it a part of the art generator's functions. Because we don't need a path. At least not yet. Oh, actually, we might need a path. Actually, we might need a path for, just in case for memory. Image size, pad left, pad right. Oh, okay, yeah. Alright. Well, okay, we're going to create a new one. This will we'll call this the video window. Alright, so this is not going to be an art generator. We'll just call this the video window for now. Alright then. Now we'll import in CV2. So the general idea is to take advantage of this show movie code to generate a window. So I just want to go ahead and just copy and paste this code for a second, and we're going to start modifying this up. Why don't we... Oh, we'll just keep it a class for now. It might just be good to make it a function, but for now. For now. Or... I just saw it said low memory. Okay, I wonder, this thing better not crash on me. Alright then, so the idea for this block here is it will generate an animation window, and images will be, I guess, piped into the window. But we have to test this first, because I do not know if it will work. That is a very good question. Let's see. So we have CV2. Actually, yeah, let's do the... Okay, yeah, before we start getting all the code nice and pretty, let's actually do tests. In that case, that can all go for now. Let's see here. Let's run the code. We just need the... I was just organizing this, and now I've realized I'm going to have to go back to debugging it, huh? Yeah, we want it because I need the image manipulation code for importing the files. So actually, I think I can just run the importer, can't I? So we just want this line. We'll grab these for now. There we go. We don't need that or that. We do need these though. Let's get all of our typing correct. Hey, Fox on Main, how's it going? We are busy doing some tests with Python to see if it will work. Oh. No, a file importer is our actual file importer. So let's see here. We should probably go with, there we go, frame importer. For our image manipulator, I think we're going to use this. I'm just going to continue using the CV image manipulator. That manipulator has been working fantastic for us. I haven't programmed the Python version yet, or the Pillow version yet, so we're going to just ignore it. All right. There we go. So there's our directory and our path. Okay, so let's go ahead and run these real quick. Let's get our folder. There we go. So here we can see everything has been loaded in. The folder dict should contain everything. Now let's proceed to, let's grab the other little bit of code that we have. Here it is, process components. We just want to, I think I should already have we need to just develop it into the frames. You know, I definitely should untangle this stuff. Because if you notice, if it was nice and clean, we would process the components and then we would start generating the videos. But since it's nested like this, I have to recreate the wheel. So maybe we should start with cleaning this up a bit. The reason why I did this was to keep the memory down. No point to be holding on to the frames once we're done generating our video. Hence why I'm calling it here. Let's see here. Actually, if I think about it, we've already set it up, so technically our dictionary should already contain all of our framer, shouldn't it? Let's do a quick inspect. We'll go to our hoodie. Let's go with curious. Yeah, here it is, right here. Idle. These are all the frames. Okay, so yeah, everything's already set up. So what we should do is we should just grab this right here. So why don't we go ahead and collect that. I can understand. The tech market is currently not good at all. It is shocking how, it is shocking how a lot of the technology is just not available. I am not, where I am here in Hong Kong, like, I am not going to spend the equivalent of $200 on a terabyte hard drive. I'm sorry, but no. So I'm not even going to bother thinking about graphics cards. And the prices will eventually go down. This is how these cycles always go, because I can remember when back in the, what was it, when the AI bubble started exploding. So around the 2000s, prices of technology also skyrocketed for a while. Do you trade an NVIDIA card for a Radeon card? Well, I guess you could say it depends on what you want to do. I think I have NVIDIA. Yeah, I have NVIDIA. Let's see here. So, folder dict. We're going to go ahead and get our costume. We'll go with hoodie. Well, then we'll also get our animation of motion. We'll go with, I guess, normal. And then we'll get the idle animation. There we go. And this should be the frame list. All this is something very simple. It's just a list of framers. Okay, then. I think it's just called framer, isn't it? Yeah, it's just called framer. I just need to get rid of the S. Oh, when it comes to VR, I see. Actually, yeah, I don't... yeah, the NVIDIA drivers are really, really bad. I don't know why they keep ignoring it on Linux. Linux... Well, I guess... I mean, Linux... I mean, we're running Linux right now, actually, if you can see on the computer. So it's strange that these companies are still trying to pretend that Linux doesn't exist. Especially with how Windows is eating itself alive. There we go. Oh yeah, we need to always do that. All right, there. All right then. So now we have our framer list. There we go. Oh, I think we have the layer config in here as well. We should probably drop that. Let's just get the config here. All right then. And then from that, let's go ahead and get our image list. I think we can, I think we can do something simple. Let's see here. There goes frame list, and this is just going to be image. We should. Oh, actually, I think we should probably do compile images. There we go. Oh yeah, we should probably import numpy. There we go. Compile images. An int object has no... Wait, frame list is a... It is a dictionary. Oh, okay, okay. Let's see here, 20%. Oh, wow. Oh wow, wow. That's I can see why you want to trade your NVIDIA card. Man, if this is the problems you're having, yeah. Actually, from what I've heard, there should be the... What was it called? Let's see, what's it called? It's X... Is it Ex Libre? Yeah, I think it was Ex Libre, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's this one. Because Wayland, if you're having trouble with Wayland, someone recently, okay, I wouldn't exactly say recently. I don't know how old I don't know how old this repo is, but somebody has decided, hey, I want to, I want to continue updating X11 code. So they've forked it, and now they're busy updating it themselves. You kind of need Wayland. I see. Yeah, then... Oh. Yeah, that's a bit annoying. This is a dictionary. Python and their ability to... Python's ability to... I know... Okay, then. And I should have been aware, because I already popped it. Right here, earlier. And this right here should be a... Alright, anyway. Let's focus on this for now. So... Now that we remembered it's a dictionary, we just want to do items. And this is going to be KV now. And for the value, we'll do that. There we go. Frame dict is not defined. Alright then. Come on, fat fingers. Okay, there. Processing. Good. There we go. We can see the numbers rolling. NVIDIA drivers. Yeah, from what I remember reading online at least, apparently NVIDIA, they make a lot of their drivers proprietary, so a lot of their code is hidden. And because of that, it makes it very difficult for Linux developers, especially those who want to interface with NVIDIA. It makes it very difficult for them to actually do the task. All right, so here is our series of nuns. Okay, well, we compiled the images. Let's just grab them. Okay, can I have my images now? There we go. Okay. All right, then. So now we have that. What I want to do is set this up. So we're doing some tests. That's what we're doing. So while true, actually, instead of this, we'll call it close, or is open. Is open. This is a Boolean, and this is going to be true. Now, is open. And then for this, we're going to set this to, we're going to say, is open is equal to false. There we go. So if we hit 27, it will destroy the window and it will set this to false, which means it should exit out of this while loop. Yeah, I remember that the CUDA SDK was available. I was thinking more of the, well, because actually Is it NVIDIA the one that was complaining about that? The tech news and the tech environment, there's always so much going on. It's sometimes difficult to keep track of everything. Because it was HDMI that was... like HDMI, I know HDMI keeps their stuff proprietary, and because of that, Linux has difficult using... what was it? 2.1? Assuming that was what it was called. So I know that the HDMI Foundation is a pain in the butt. And I remember that there were other companies, as I mentioned with NVIDIA, they some of their stuff is proprietary, so you have to work around that. Ads after and back. Oh, welcome back. It's difficult. I mean, I'd have to look into that. I really don't know. I just know that NVIDIA is trying to keep some of their code proprietary, so it makes it a bit difficult for Linux developers. I know that HDMI Foundation is trying to keep things proprietary, so making it difficult for developers. I think that I never understood why, because when something is open and you can have people freely tinker with it, you get a lot of innovation and development. And then as a company, you could, go, oh, hey, somebody figured something. Like, I mean, and a perfect example I can think of is back when Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, when Grand Theft Auto Online came out. Like, they had exceptionally long load times, and what it took was a modder to go in there and just start tinkering with the code, and he ended up cutting down load time so much that they ended up paying the modder as a bug report. I think he did pretty well. That he got pretty well paid for developing that hack. Oh, hey, visiting Japan is awesome. I definitely would recommend. Where are you playing the head? Okay, so let's see here. We have our image list. We're going to create the animation window. Now, this is what I want to do here. Let's see, key 27 is escape. So if key code is equal to, what are the key codes? Okay, if I set, what is the key code 0? CV2 key codes. Well, let's see here. Hey, Stack Overflow. How are you doing, my friend? Oh my, you are very bright. A is 33. Let's see here. To find the key value of the keyboard, you can print the key value by simply doing this script. And then you can just get all of the different keys. Normally, -1 is returned, so it does not print. And here you can press that. So if we do 27, it will escape. You know what? We're going to steal this real quick. This will help out a lot. Let's do this. I was actually kind of hoping for a quick little... Actually, you know what? We already have the code written. Else print key code. All right then. Yeah, let's just go ahead and run this real quick. Let's set up our animator. There's, oh my, he is okay, he's very blinky boy. Let's Okay, let's... He's a very big Binky Boy. Let's see here. So there's -1. So let's start typing in keys. So what is A? Ah. We should probably... Okay, where is my animation? I just... There it is. And I just ended up crashing myself, didn't I? Okay. We need to, yeah, we want to... Let's see here. Now, if key code is equal to -1, let's just... There we go. Okay. That should make things a little bit easier. Did you see the haha funny micro? Let's see here. What did they do with GitHub? Your US mate is moving to Nagasaki. Oh. So I'm going to... I see. Nagasaki, that's quite fun. I don't think I've visited Nagasaki. I visited Fukuoka and Nikko and Furano, but never made it to Nagasaki. You'll have to, when you get a chance and you show back up on stream, you'll have to tell me how it is. Japan's very nice. Yeah, Japan is very nice. When you go there and yeah, when you go there, there's a lot to enjoy. They offered physical media option. Oh, that is hilarious. That is hilarious. Sony, how could you? Sony, you're supposed to be the good guy. Back when Microsoft was trying to get rid of discs, they ended up coming out and they came out hitting hard and saying, no, it's a... let's see, come on. Oh, I see. Whoops. Okay, I hit the... Alright, let's go ahead and cancel that out and delete that. This needs to be an elif. I think it was back in 2011, was it? It might have been 2011. It was back when the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox were coming out. Or wait, was it the PlayStation 4? Yeah, it was the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox in the generation. And Xbox said, we're going to get rid of physical, everything's going to be tied digitally. And because of that, Sony came out with a massive like the balls on them. They said, hey, how do you lend a game to a friend? And then they just passed the PlayStation game around. Now everyone can do the exact same thing to them. Like, did they not pay attention to their previous stuff? Okay, why is this not working? I think I'm going to restart my kernel. Alright, if the key is 27, which is the escape, it will destroy the window and set it to false. Oh, that might be why, because we never reset that to true. Alright, let's go ahead and just set this up real quick. Did you see about the digital pizza from Domino's? That was hilarious as well. Domino's, we're going to get rid of our physical pizzas. There we go. We get our nice little blinking animation. Now let's see here. What is Z? X, I. Maybe we should, let's see here, ASD, W. So maybe I'll set 97 and 19. Or how about we just go with 97 and 15? There we go. Okay. Oh. And you can, come on, destroy that window too. Thank you. Okay, so if the key code happens to be 97, when this happens to be A, we're going to add a frame. So this is what we're planning to do. So image list, or yes, image list. And let's see here. What we want to do is we want to start trying to inject frames. Yay, auto mod. Oh, what happened with the auto mod? Let me load up, what happened? Oh, I see, I see. That's, all right. Let's see here. You prefer Geo... Actually, yeah. Good old games used to be fantastic. Oh, do you remember the bundles? Like, I can remember back in, what, 2011? Like, they had so many bundles. And I would buy them all up. I have so many old classic games because they would do these sweeping bundles. 10 games for the price, for your choice of price. So naturally I want to spend $20 because I wanted to support them. It was quite fun. Sadly, I don't think they do that nowadays. I haven't really checked. Yeah. I don't know what's happening to Microsoft. There's something crazy going on over there because they're not making any sense. I'm going to append. And we're going to call this the injected image. There we go. And then if we click code, let's see here. Let's see here. And then here we're going to go with, do I really need to, I don't think I need this bit of code right here, do I? This, I don't think I need, oh, well, I see why we have the for loop. Yeah, we don't need the extra for loop. So we're going to, okay, well, let's first focus on this. So image, so let's see here if key code is 115, and this happens to be S. We're going to delete the first item. So I don't think, wait, list does have pop. Oh, okay. We're going to delete we're going to pop the first item. There we go. So we append an injected image and then we pop. Now the idea is that we're going to see if we can replace all of our images in image list, which should be being shown in our animation because of, let's see here. Yeah, because here we're building something called, or here it is, animation right here. So we have our animation, we put our frames as image list. I'm assuming that this is not a copy, this is a reference. So we're pointing to image list. So hopefully that means that if I modify image list, then as we are doing our showing of our animations, then we can, Actually, I'm not using the animator, am I? Oh yeah, here we go. Or okay, yeah, I'm not actually using the animator. Then what's the point of even bringing this in? What is going on here? I see the duration for the wait, but that's just 24. How much do you bet I messed something up? How much do you bet I wrote the code in a bit of a weird way? Oh, let's see here. You stumbled into the 3 OG Tomb Raiders. They just made a new monitor. Oh, that is a beefy monitor. Whoa. Look at that monitor. That is a beefy boy. That is a beefy monitor. I will have to eventually figure out what to do with it. I have 2 monitors here. I don't know what they are. I'll have to figure it out. But the main thing is why am I not using... Actually, since I'm not using the animation tool, I'm going to try something real quick. This is literally just 24. This here is literally 24. So if I do that, and I run this, oh yeah, we do not do, let's see here, let's grab an image. Let's grab an inject image. How about we grab one from here? So we'll go ahead and grab the talking animation. We'll just grab the first frame for our... We'll just get the first one there. This is the image frame. Now then... compile the images. Inject image will now be the inject frame images. There we go. All right. Oh. It should have image. Yeah. Oh. It's not images, it's just image. Got it. Okay, there we go. Let's run this. There's our animation. Here he is blinking. He's actually surprisingly blinking quite quickly. Oh, it's here. A. Oh my, this actually works. S. Okay. All right, this is working. And now we're here. Okay, this is working actually exceptionally well. This is working a lot better than I thought it would. All right, that is actually quite surprising to me. I need to figure out why that's a bug, and I don't know why it does it. It should destroy the window, but then I think I know why. Destroying the window, it is going to run through one more time. Let's see here. They normally go for 600 euros. Actually, that is one thing I did notice when it comes to Windows. For a while I was trying to have fun setting up a 3-monitor display. I was like, oh, hey, this should be interesting. I have 2 monitors. Yeah, I have 2 monitors that are identical. I have a third one, which it was a TV, actually. Why don't I stream to the TV and the two monitors? And Windows had a conniption. I do not know why, but it was so angry that it actually fell into a boot reloop, and then I had to solve that problem. Like, thank you, Windows. But Linux did perfectly fine with 3 monitors. So that was an interesting event. Due to a firmware issue. Oh. Actually, if the firmware issue isn't too bad, it might be kind of nice to have the 3 monitors. I know that GNOME, for me, GNOME, I actually enjoyed KDE a lot more, or I think it was originally called like Kubuntu or something. It was a Windows style variant, and I enjoyed that one a lot more, largely because I had a lot of fun kind of tinkering with the insides of it. I wasn't really much of a GNOME fan, but at some point, yeah. Well, okay. All right, yes, technically, yes. Kubuntu is Ubuntu with KDE. I enjoyed that one a lot more than Ubuntu alone. But then eventually, I don't know what happened, but I just ended up moving over to this version, and I haven't really hopped off of it since. I have been wanting to install. What is it called? Oh, what are you called? You dove into the deep end. Did you install? Are you using Arch? Are you an Arch Linux user? Let's see here. Where am I? Here it is. I wanted to install one of these. You have Arch. Okay. I want to actually check out Arch because the thing is that I see everyone talking about Arch, and they make it look so fun. And I want to try that. Like, it looks fun to mess with. So, if you got, ads again. I hate ads. Yeah, I see it up here. Ads in progress. Actually, I wonder why it's not showing up anymore here in the chat. Okay, well, while we're waiting, this actually works surprisingly well, which makes me wonder why the animation thing is the way it is. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Hey, welcome back. Actually, it's good. It seems like the ads are pretty quick. Yeah, what I wanted to say is I was actually quite interested in installing one of these ones, Open Minerva or Ghost BSD. So I was, again, everybody, when I see people online talking about Arch, okay, everyone makes Arch look very fun. They make it look painful, but they also make it look fun, which makes me want to go try it because it looks like you guys are having fun over there. So because of that, I'm like, it is fun. Okay, I will have to check it out. That's one reason why I wanted to kind of move to try some of the other ones. Like, I've seen people talking about how good Open Minerva is, and I'm like, oh, that sounds good. That sounds fun. Actually, there was another one. I forgot what it's called, but I've been investigating. However, the computer I have here, I don't know if it's because of Ubuntu or if it's because of how the hard drive is set. But once I installed Ubuntu, the loader was locked, and it will not allow me to install any other operating system. And I'm like, why you the way you are. So I need to first gather up the energy, the effort to want to unlock the bootloader, and then I can start installing other versions of Linux and testing them out. So let's see here. We have image list. Question. Big question. Massive question. So if I remember, there's something called itertools. Import itertools. And from itertools, there should be a code in here called cycle. So yeah, cycle. And when you throw in a list, an iterable, and we'll call this the cycle iter, or cycle list. Now, now all we need to do is call next. So in this case, we'll just go with frame is equal to next cycle iter. There we go, something like that. And then from here, it should work the exact same way. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm killing myself. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Something horribly happened. Oh no. Abort. Crash you. I have a feeling that I have just... Okay. Maybe quit you. Come on, quit. Yay, automod. Oh, another case of automod? I'm gonna have to see about that. Let's see here. Hey, good. Nice to have packages being as the edge as possible. I'm going to have to go restart the system, aren't I? I think I'm going to have to go restart my system. Yeah, that little drive is completely I have lost access. 1 second. I need to go restart it. There is a yep, there is a user error, and it is now borking. All right. I've just reset the computer. Let's give it a second to boot back up. Oh. We'll have to play it's a bit more safe. Oh boy, that is nuts. It's Mandrake based. Yeah, I need to learn more about the different distributions. I don't know a huge amount about the different distributions in Python. Or I mean, not Python, of Linux. I know of KDE, and I know of Fedora. I know of Arch Linux, and I know of what was that one called? FreeBSD. I think it's FreeBSD. I know of the major ones, but like, I don't know much else about the other ones, which is a bit sad. Okay, can we reconnect now? Hey, we finally... Okay, we're back in. We have successfully restarted the computer. Well, yes, you do need to be up to date. I did not know that there was something called Hannah Montana Linux. Okay, let's go ahead and open up our... Let's see here. Actually, where is it? It should be here. Yeah, here it is. All right, let's try and not crash this time. Yeah, let's try and not crash this time. Okay, so what exactly happened? Let's see here. I am show, it should be the animation window. So... Oh, I see. There's the problem. Okay. Yeah, alright. We were destroying the window, and we were generating it again over and over and over in a while loop. That actually was... That while loop was surprisingly fast. Okay then, so why don't we go ahead and rerun this. Debhaven. So many... This is it. I'm going to have to... I will have to check out all of the different branches. Hey, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so our anime... There we go. So now we want to inject the frame. Inject. Inject. Okay, it's not injecting. All right, quit. Let's see here. Let's make sure that we're injecting our... Oh, yeah. Hey, Monover. I am using Ubuntu. Let's see here. Which version of Ubuntu? I actually, one of the things I want to do... One of the reasons why I want to get off of Ubuntu is because I've been reading that a lot of the developers for Ubuntu want to start implementing a lot of code that in their latest distros that they haven't been battle tested. For those who don't follow the news that closely, apparently they want to transition all of the old code into Rust code. And the whole idea is to make it memory safe. So use Rust to perform all the functions. So they want to change sudo to a Rust version of it so that, memory safe and whatnot. And like, I would rather keep using the programming environment that has been tested for 30 plus years and not a bunch of new code that is still being worked on. Especially when there's a lot of conversation about how to use AI to help streamline this process. But yeah, I'm using Ubuntu. We need Fortran. I have not used Fortran in a long time. Okay, I found the problem. We're cycling through this list. So what we want to do is we want to see, can we append to this and pop to that? Like, oh, we can't. I see. Unable to resolve attributes. Append for circle, for class. So Ah, okay. So yeah, once it's cyclical, we can't append to it anymore. All right. Hmm. COBOL. Oh, I know. There's a what is that language? There's a programming language that's. Let's see here. What's that programming language? It was a very. It was something like what? White space or something? Let's see. Yeah, here it is. White space. We should use white space. That would be a fantastic language to do to program in. Okay. So, lolcat also exists. I have not heard of a lolcat. If you read the documentation, then Arch is a full destroy. Oh, all right. It's terminal focused. I see. Okay. Oh, actually, there was a. That sounds quite fun. I'll have to check that out. Okay, so we cannot do this for the cycle. So I have an idea. So doing a cycle like this would work great. But because we can't do that, what instead we'll do is in a while loop. So if... so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some... We'll call it the... it's still going to be image list, but I'm going to call it the active list. Active list. And this is going to be a list of NP arrays, of NumPy arrays. Now the idea is if active list is oh, actually, would that be, that might slow it down a lot, because the if calculation is going to be a Python. Maybe it'll be fine. Let's try it. Maybe I'm overthinking. Maybe I'm over-worrying. The main thing is if this is greater than 1. If the length of this is greater than 0, or greater than 1, or I should say... okay, no, I don't like that a lot. I don't like that at all. Let's see here. Because, let's see here. There's also brain F. The F stands for exactly 4-letter word I can think of. Ah, I see. Is that a... There's... I'm going to have to go through one day and just look at all of the funny, crazy languages that have been developed. There was a video that was released quite a while ago. It tried to go through as many different many different languages as possible, and it was quite fun. It's surprising they didn't cover all of the languages though, but they did cover many. So what I want to do is I want active list to be so the general idea is this is going to be a this is going to contain the list of frames. So what we're going to do here, active list. So let's see, we don't need the pop anymore. The idea is that it's going to go through. So maybe okay, let's just get it working first and then we can figure it out. So yeah, if active list... So if active list is... So if active list is, okay, so if the length of active list is this, is 0, then we're going to input in a, we'll do with the first frame. So image list 0. There we go, append. We're going to append the first frame. And then I have a strong suspicion. Else we're going to pop the first frame. Something like that. Hey! Prostoke. Ooh, interesting name. I'm going to call you Prosto. How's it going? A raccoon. Awesome. That's what my avatar is. They're mostly meant as jokes. That is true. That is true. But it's very... you'll be surprised. Sometimes when people will go around making these jokes, and then they might actually end up coming up with something rather novel. I know that, okay. I used to say I don't know, but I'm pretty sure if we looked, there would be some examples of somebody making an April Fool. Oh, actually, I just thought of an example. Has anyone played the... What's that? It's a game franchise. It's the Yakuza series. The Yakuza series. What they ended up doing was they made an April Fool's joke of showing off an RPG. And apparently because it had such high praise, they actually went with that April Fool's joke and made Like of a Dragon. At least that's what I remember. There was originally a April Fool's joke. I could be wrong. Let's see here. Developments. I could be in a different... I could be in a different reality where this didn't happen. All right. Maybe I'm a time star from a different reality. All right. Anyway, I thought that was what happened with them. Oh, the AI stuff. It is very special. I am very... Yeah, the AI stuff is very, very special. Okay, so this is going to be a lot of waste here. So the idea is I want to... Okay then, so we have 3 conditions. So if the length of this is equal to 1... Now, if the length of this is equal to 1, then we're going to... There we go. We're going to pass here because we just want to keep the frame there. If it's greater than 1, we're going to start removing the first frame until we get back to 0. And then if we are at 0, it's going to add in a frame. That way we won't crash ourselves. And then from here, we're going to have active list. Then we're just going to bring out the first item. And then we're going to wait for our keys. And then from here, what this means is we're going to, instead of doing an inject image, we're going to inject in our image list, like so. In this case, it's an extend. There we go. Okay, let's run this. Okay. So the idea is that we're going to try and control. Oh, here we go. So here he is. He's perfectly fine. And then I hit A. Okay, and now he's stuck talking. I wonder why, but let's see here. Where's the inject window? Now we should be just extending the active list. Inject. Yeah, this should not be here anymore. All right. How much do you bet it that we do need that animation for window that I just got rid of? I would not be at all surprised if I need that. Let's try again. Well, I can get him to talk. I can get him to... All right, all right. I want to restart this real quick. Let's see here. Let's see here. Special thing for special people. I also want to deploy on our Docker machine at work. There we go. Hey, check it out. I can now control his blinking. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, check that out. I can make him blink. And it keeps hey, and that's actually pretty good when it comes to the animation. Actually, if that's the case, and that's actually pretty fast too. It's actually much faster than... I wonder what I was doing earlier, because the last time I just set this up, it was so slow that I ended up dropping it completely. I wonder what I was doing. Either way, with that in mind, what this means is that... Let's see here. Maybe it was because I was actively generating or compiling the images every single time. I mean, this is technically all of the images are currently in memory. I wonder how much memory it's taking. But what that does mean, well, why don't we have a bit of fun here? Let's go ahead and grab, instead of that, we're going to go ahead and generate ourselves. We'll call this the talk list. There we go, and let's go ahead. Let's see, it was, what, 15 again, if I remember? Yeah, I think key code was 15. Or 115, I should say. And we're going to extend this with the inject frame. There we go. Run that. And we get a complaint. Dict object has no image. Or what do you mean dict object has no image? Let's see here. Our folder hoodie. So inject frame. Yeah. Oh. I get it. I forgot. I need to pop the config out. I forgot. I need to pop the config out of this too. The config should be... Oh, let's see here. Yeah, the config should be fine. Oh, the same. We don't need that. We'll just pop it out. Okay. Alright, so now we have talk list. We're going to now inject talk list into here. There we go. Now let's rerun this. All right. Hey, I can make him talk. And blink. Aha. Okay, then this is actually working surprisingly well. I was not expecting it to work so smoothly. I was expecting to have a lot more problem. Actually, with that in mind, that means So yeah, the fact that I can do this here and with the injection, or I can actually actively inject the animations here, means that this might actually work very well. So what I think the next thing I need to do is thread this, have it run, either A, run on a separate thread, or B, we need to set it up so that it will be using asyncio. Oh, a media server. Oh, are you using Plex? I had a lot of plans originally to set up a media server. No. Ew. Haha, jellyfin. I've never heard of jelly. I'm going to go to one moment. Jellyfin. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Free software. I always like this. Movie shows, music, books, photos. Sync it everywhere. I am going to bookmark this. I will have to play with that later. I originally was planning to set up some kind of media system like this, but I was not about to pay for Plex, and it ended up coming up to I couldn't really find a use to set one up. See it in action. Is there a live demo server? I'll have to check that out at some point. Okay, so from here we can simply set this up where we... Yeah, so this right here is going to be the base image, just in case. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up to run video. We need to set this. Come on, asyncio. Boy, you are now needed. Hi, asyncio. Actually, I think... Let's see here. There should be a wait. Actually, I don't think All right, then. Let's see here. There should be a... I haven't used it in so long. I need to try and remember all of the codes that I need to do. Oh, whoops. I remember there was an await. Okay, let me... The last time I used asyncio was like 7 years ago. And it was to interface with with Telegram. So I need to remember this. Asyncio await, or I'll just type in we could check out the docs. There we go. Yeah, await. And then you have asyncio.sleep. Oh, let's see here. All right, let's see here. I'm getting distracted. I'm getting distracted. All right. Let's see here. What did you say? Let's see here. U.S. and Japan. You watch them together. I see. Oh, hey, that's actually would be very useful. Actually, that is one thing. If jellyfish can allow it so that you can have multiple users, and then they can all add to a particular folder, then that would be a godsend. Because otherwise, yeah, just having it on one side is a bit of a pain. Because that way, because I'm in Hong Kong. I am a American living in Hong Kong. Actually, let's see here. One moment. Let me get my file loaded up. There you are. There we go. Okay. See, I'm an American. So I'm an American, but I live in Hong Kong. So I need to make a Hong Kong t-shirt at some point. But yeah, because of that, all my family is in the States. I am over here in Hong Kong. And sometimes I'll be like, hey, we should watch a movie together. And it's always a pain to try and set that up. All right, let's see here. So yeah, there's the awaits, and then so yeah, import a syncyo, and then we do the await. Where's the other code? There it is. Runtime and tasks. There it is. Async, def, and then await, and then async run. Alrighty. So. So here you go, async def main, and then here's the task, create task. So where do they set up create task? Here they set up the say hi function, which is just a delay, and then they run. All right, I see. So in other words, for our code, we'd want to set this to async. We're going to async this function. I see OBS died for a second. I wonder why. It might be because I put on the American t-shirt. I hope not. That'd be very annoying if it did that. Actually, we can get back into our hoodie. Alright then. So yeah, really we just are awaiting our different functions, and then we're asyncing the main function. So here we're doing an async of run video. And then here we'll just simply do a define main. And this is also going to be async. It'd be kind of nice if I could spell. Await run video. There we go. And then from here, this should then start running this code. Now here's a question. If I run this off on a different server, will it, since I'm asyncing it, will it actually acknowledge the key presses? Why don't we give that a shot? First things first, where's my win? Oh, okay. Let's run main. Local variable is open, is referenced before assignments. Oh, okay. Yeah. We need to put these in here. There we go. Let's rerun this. There we go. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Servers. Then the offsite. Your parents' house. Oh, that's... Hey, alright. That actually sounds like a very fun setup. I would love to... I might have to try and do that when I get a chance. Okay, so here we are. It does acknowledge it. It's, alright, well, we did async it, but I don't... It's a very janky setup. It works, though. Sometimes being janky is good enough. Yeah, sometimes being janky is good enough. Oh, actually, this is quite good. I think this is quite good, actually. Now, we're asyncing this stuff. So what I want to try and do is we should try and set up for this bit of code right here, the compiling. If I can split up the split up the syncing or the loading of the images with actually the generation is quite lengthy. It takes a long time. Once it's in memory, it's blazing fast, but I think we'll just have to do the compilation and call it. So, all right. What that means is what we should probably do is we should probably build these containers. So why don't we do that? Let's see here. There's our generator, our window, our framer. All right, framer. Why don't we go ahead and add in a new code right here? I want to call it animation, but we should probably call it something else. Let's see here. We'll call it sequencer. Actually, I'm thinking about it. I don't think we even need that. Yeah, because the framers or everything's already set up. I know that when it comes to I've set up a couple local things at my house. Nothing that goes over the internet. I'm a very paranoid type of person, so I usually try to keep everything pretty. Yeah, I try to keep things, prevent things from entering my network. So yeah, because of that, I don't have anything really set up. I have stuff set up locally, but nothing that goes out beyond that. I did try to set up a Minecraft server once, and I had to go through. I had to go through a couple hoops to get that working. A 16 terabyte RAID that have hard drive. Oh, I really want to make that. Sadly, I don't have enough funds to generate a system like that, but yeah, that sounds like a nice beefy system to mess with. Oh yeah, that sounds really nice. Okay, yeah, I just thought about that. We don't need sequencer. In fact, with how things are, what we need to do is simply... can Python access audio? Wait, can Python access... Let's try that. Python audio. It's janky. I guess the big question is, does it crash? If it doesn't crash, then hey, it's a success. Let's see here. Python audio tracking. Actually, if I could set this up, that would, oh, Pi Audio. Why are all of these things so bright? Doesn't anybody know? There we go. Like, doesn't anyone know that dark mode exists? Like, it does not crash. Hey, that means that if it doesn't crash, I call that a success. I'm probably going to have to get that installed. Force dark mode on everything. I thought I had that, but... Oh, I know. That's on the other computer. I don't know if I put it on the Ubuntu. I'll have to do that. I'll do that later. Let's see, a collection of Python project. Oh, this is just Python projects. We're looking for a Python microphone input. Is there a module for that? Real-time sound tracking. How much do you bet they also... Stack Overflow. Perfect. Hey, Stack Overflow. How you doing, buddy? Okay, I'm going to have to really set up dark mode. Where are... Ooh, tools... I'll figure it out later. Once I'll figure it out. Oh wow, okay. Again, it sounds awesome. As if I had the funds, what I would do is I would set up a kind of like those NAS systems, so that I could store all of my data. Because currently all of my data is stored on hard drives that I have lying around the house. Let's see here. Here's Audio IO OP. So let's see here. If you're on Linux, you can use this. If you're on Windows, you'll use Pi Audio. Okay, I think I'm going to use Pi Audio because ads again. Ads. They're so annoying. Pi Audio. Oh, it had an update in 2024. That's nice. Let's see, Pi Audio, Python Bring library. It has an Audio IO library. With Pi Audio, you can easily use Python to play and record. I think what we want to do is not necessarily record, but track. I managed to get OVAs detected correctly. Oh. That's quite good. Oh, that sounds quite fun. I will have to, oh. Do you know what OVA... I'm guessing it's original video animation, but but that's the OVA that keeps popping in my brain. So I'm trying to think, is that what you're talking about? You're able to get OVAs detected correctly. Okay, so my brain isn't fried, because I was sitting there thinking was OVA something for something else. So you're able to get them to, wait, so is there a software out there that will actually detect if these OVAs and be able to label or tag them? Because otherwise, I usually do these things manually. I think we'll have to use this Pi Audio. Let's see here. Set channels, port, format. And then we just simply read the data. And then we can print the Mac. Oh, this is exactly what we need. Oh, this is exactly what we need. It pulls the media down. All right, so there is some kind of meta data extraction going on. All right, that's good to hear. All right. I'm going to have to... Okay, yeah, I'm going to have to really dig into this jellyfin. It kind of reminds me of... Let's see here. Yeah, there's a software called... oh, balls. What's it called? What's that software called? One second. I know where I can find the information. I forgot what the thing was called, though. Okay, where are you? Where are you located? Let's see here. Launchbox. Okay, here it is. Okay then. Yeah, Launchbox. I know that Launchbox is a... I'll have to figure out what... Okay, it sounds like a... Let me see what the other message is. It sounds like it doesn't like that. I will have to figure out why. Girls und Panzer. Oh, that's a fun one. The episode reveals the names of the Ori. All right. Actually, that sounds like it's pretty good then. There is a old TV show. I know, getting a little bit distracted. There's an old TV show called Vandred. It is a what 19? There it is, 2000. You know, it's a 2001 anime. It's a space opera kind of fantasy anime. It's a bit horny. But the main thing is that it actually had a lot of specials. Okay, it had two specials. But the main thing is that they're very rare and they don't show up often because they're really just recap episodes with a couple extra added bits to them. I think if we go to the wiki, we'll see it. Okay, let's head to the wiki. Episode list. Where are you, episode list? Gonzo. Do they still make stuff? I really can't say. Actually, I'm a bit surprised that they didn't... This is actually 2 seasons long. Thank you very much. Yeah, there you go. Season 2. Thank you. Okay, well, this kind of proves my point. They don't actually have the... Oh, here they are, right here. Okay. These OVAs right here. Vandred, Taidohen, and Geki Tohen. I think I said that right. You can see Vandred, Taidohen, and Vandred, Geki Dohen. These are 2 OVAs that this has, and yeah, good luck getting some metadata on those. So if they have that, then that would be awesome. But yeah, Launchbox. This is kind of something similar with, it sounds like something similar with Jellyfin, but for video games, because this is actually a very nice software. I would highly recommend it if you can afford it. It's a one-time, you can do a one-time purchase, or you can spend a little bit extra and get the, spend a little bit extra and get the, updates forever. And it pretty much has an ungodly amount of meta. Yeah, here you go. You can get the premium version, which is the forever license, or you can get a regular license, which would let you have it for one time. But the main thing is that it has an ungodly amount of metadata. So if you have a game or a ROM hack or, some really, really old software, odds are this is going to have it. It doesn't have it. It's not really nice anymore. Oh, I see. You use Play Night. Yeah, this is a Windows. I think this was Windows only, wasn't it? Oh, hey. It is a limited recommendation now. It's been moved. Oh, yeah, it's been moved. I wonder when that changed, because originally it was highly recommended. Play Night is... Yeah, I see it right here. Play Night is the one right above it. Good job, Wiki. The Emulation Wiki. It's always up to date. If you ever have questions about emulation, this is a great repository. It claims it's only Windows as well. It supports native PC and emulator. It's made in .NET. I see, that's why. How much do you bet that the Wine, it works great? It's on the roadmap. Okay. I was about to say, I wonder if using Wine would make it work fine. All right, let's not get distracted. Let's not get distracted. We'll keep going. We'll be going down a different rabbit hole if we continue looking through that. Let's get back to trying to get this to work. So the main thing is just filling this out. We know about AudioPy. Let's go ahead and install that. Or maybe it's Pi Audio. Yeah, here we go. These guys. Okay, let's install them. And then from there we'll import that in. But for now, we have to write a oh, it failed. It's a .NET 8, so there's a Linux compact. It's mostly front end and it needs rework for Linux support. Actually, maybe I should start going back and looking at some of, because I have a lot of, one thing I like to do is I like to come up with a lot of ideas for projects, but then I kind of bugger all off because at the end of the day, I usually develop these things for my own interests, and I lose interest in developing it at a certain point because, if I guess you could say it's the case for everybody. But I did have a project idea. I can do a quick. Maybe we can go back to that at some point. Let me draw it out real quick so I can show highlight what I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and go ahead and set up our window. Oh, wrong one. There we go. All right then. So you know that on these front ends, these different front ends. So here we'll draw a picture of a front end right here, and then you'll have your games lined up like so. So here we go. Here is a front end. Here are the variety of games. And then when you select one, usually it will just load the game up. So one of the first things I thought of doing, which I thought would have been quite fun, was adding in a bit of bells and whistles. For instance, when you select a game, it would play an animation. So you would actually get some kind of animation that plays. For me, it was something like maybe a little character would run across the screen. Like Metal Slug Sprite would run across the screen and, I don't know, start shooting. Or it could be something like... the reason why I had this idea was there's this anime called You're Under Arrest. And they have a PlayStation game. So they have a PSX game. And one thing I thought was it would be kind of fun if when you loaded up that game, you would have the police car that the girls drive Man, this is a very messed up car. It'll just drive along the screen. So I had this idea of implementing this in one of these front ends. And then the second thing I thought about doing was it's something called that's going to be a lot of custom. Yes, it would be a lot of custom. It would definitely be worth it though, especially since a lot of the assets are kind of, it's just organizing the assets into proper formats. But then the other one was I tried to write this for it's called a track mode. I tried to write this, but I was having a bit of difficulty with the programming language. But the idea is that you would start off with so let's draw this again. So here we have two games. We'll call them, Mario and Mario Missing. Now, one fun thing about these front ends is they actually tracked information. For instance, the length that you play. It can also track how many times you play. And for some emulators, for instance, for some of them, you could actually link it, you can't exactly link it, but there are some programs out there. One's called Retro Achievements, which it tracks when you beat a game. So the idea is, if for this front end, is when you play Mario, if you play it 10 times, then it will unlock Mario as missing. And then you'll have Mario Missing. And then if you say beat Mario 1, so you end up putting it in, you unlock the achievement to beat it, then it'll unlock a new game, which would be Mario 2. And this way, it kind of gamifies the front end so that you can kind of have fun unlocking these things. I had this idea back when because the reason why I was looking into front ends was largely for making it for family. I have a couple nieces and nephews, and I thought it'd be fun to gamify their gaming experience. Give them a little Raspberry Pi with a front end, and then when they play it enough, it'll be like, oh, hey, you unlocked a new game because you beat Mario. Oh, hey, you've played, you played Final Fantasy 15 times. Why don't you go play Final Fantasy 2 or something like that? And I tried, as I mentioned, to do this in a track mode, but the way that they set up the asset, or how they do the list building, there is no real way to track when you meet a certain condition and unlock something. In this particular case, you might be able to do it if you dig a bit deeper, but when I was talking with the people in developing this, because of all of this is done through filters, the way that they generate their lists is all done through filters. I would have to generate some very ludicrous filtering type systems, and at that point it makes more sense to just try and build it myself. So what I ended up doing was I ended up forking let's see here, where are you? I ended up forking let's see here, WeFlow. Let's see, here it is. I ended up forking WeFlow because I like the way that the GUI works. If you look at it, it's a fully 3D environment where a lot of the different you have a lot of the box arts, and then you can have the box. You can then turn the box around, flip it around, and this is all on the Wii. And I thought I would take this operating system because it's programmed in C. I think you can let's see here. It has the Git should be available. So yeah, here it is, right here. The WeFlow. So you can easily access the code. It is all programmed in. There you go. See, it's all programmed in C and C++. There we go. Okay, you can see it now. So yeah, it's all programmed in C and C++. So I thought it would be fun to take this try and adapt it to the Windows computer. And then from there, try and start implementing in these kind of bells and whistles. And, with the animations that would play on the screen and with the ability to unlock games as you unlock certain achievements. And, I ended up downloading it. I started debugging out the code because it is all programmed to, let's see, if you dive in here. So yeah, if you dive in, you'll see that a lot of it is it's all written so that to utilize the Wii. Okay, where are you exactly? Here they're including the channels, NANs. Here's Gecko. There's the system stats. Here's the loaders. Pretty much. I started trying to go in here, figuring things out and removing stuff. And this is so this is the repo to them. I didn't actually put whatever I work. Again, I usually keep things offline, but I didn't get very far, largely because my knowledge of C is not as advanced as what they did in this. So I managed to get far enough to understand that I needed to learn more C. I think that's probably the best way to put it. Can I see links? I can. Yes, I can. Since the onset of AI, I'm very tempted to try and throw this project into Cursor and tell it, hey, could you please rewrite this a little bit so that it's in something that I can work with more? But then that just reminds me that that's not a good way to learn C. So I need to get back to working on these things. And then it rewrites it in Rust. Yeah. I did try to originally use Cursor to write this animation tool that I'm currently trying to build in Python. I did try to get it to write it in Zig, and it just wrote it in C, which was very annoying. Not see the... Oh. Can you see links? I did not see the pop-up. Let me see here. Is it filtering links too? I see a link. I see a link here. It's a YouTube link. All right, let me copy that. I do not know how my... I'll have to see about the system and how it works. All right, let's go over here real quick. There we go. Come on, you can load. Hey, here we go. Okay. So this is Play Night. It's a build preview. Oh, let's see here. Let's see here. Hey, actually, this is looking pretty nice. They've actually come quite a long way. I remember when originally when Play Night came out, it was like a grid full of a lot of stuff, or a lot of the different games. So it's kind of fun to see that they've updated it quite a bit. This is full screen mode. Got it. So this person is just kind of going through the list of all the games. Yeah, that looks quite nice. I will have to check out Play Night. I wonder if I can modify it. Okay, let's not get distracted. All right, next. Okay, I'm gonna investigate a bit. If I can make some plugins for Play Night, I might see if I can get some of those things set up that I was planning. Because again, wouldn't it be fun if you could gamify your hey Asha, how's it going? Wouldn't it be fun to gamify the unlocking of games? There's a game called I actually had the idea from the. Okay, I came up with the idea and then I played it. It's like Retro Challenge for the DS. Yeah, Retro Game Challenge. I actually had the idea and then I played this game and like, oh, this is the exact idea that I had. Because in this Retro Game Challenge, you start off with one game and then you start playing it. And then as you go through, you end up unlocking more games. And it has access to other media. For instance, you can go look into different strategy guides or magazines. And from those, you could then gain cheat codes or, tips on how to beat a game. And then from there, you could then go back into the challenges and effectively help you unlock more games. And this is kind of what I thought of doing as well. Like, wouldn't it be fun to, again, unlock your games through your front end and then maybe have the ability to access some of the magazines and some of the other stuff? I did have, or Pie in the Sky was making it in a virtual environment. Back when VR was really big, I thought it'd be fun to see if there was a way to implement it. But yeah, I don't have the programming skills. I need to get better at that. Oh, they sponsored with a light. That is nice. Oh, that is quite nice. Another link. Okay, last link, and then I'm going to get back to trying to work on this because we have derailed. Oop. All right, let's see here. Oh yeah, here's their code. It's written in C sharp. It's written in C sharp. Oh boy. Okay, C sharp. And PowerShell. All right. Actually, that might explain why it's predominantly on Windows. They have references, media, builds. There's our tests. Source. There's the desktop app, the full app. There's their SDK. Being rewritten from scratch for Linux support. I see. That sounds very fun. I wonder what they're going to be using. I wonder if it will be yeah, I wonder. It could be C. It could be Rust. It could be Zig. It could be Odin. I'm very curious what their language they're going to use. But it's fun. It's fun. It will be assembly. Oh boy, that is going to be lightning fast. Oh wow. Oh, I can't wait to see it. Okay, let's get back to this before we get any more distracted. No joking. That is... Oh wow, that is going to be very fun. That is going to be very, very fun. Okay. Let's see. I'm thinking. Okay, I have an idea. So what we need to do is art generators. So what I can do is we're going to go ahead and generate this. And this will be the... so this is going to be not an image series generator. This will be the in-memory generator. So I have it taking an image list. And what this will do is... Right now I have it generating nothing. I want to connect these through the through our abstract classes, but when you think it makes sense to combine them together, then you quickly go, oh wait, that might not work. But there's... Oh, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. It was programmed... Yeah, I know. It's Roller Coaster Tycoon it is shocking how well the game runs, and the fact that it was written by one guy. I can remember playing Roller Coaster Tycoon back when computers had a turbo button. I have seen open RCT. I should probably go check out some of those. Yeah, I'll have to check those out because I know that they had an open Tycoon. There's a lot of open ones. Oh, they added. Oh, I'm gonna have to check those out. I know of Open Raider. They've been working on that. I want to write the code here. We input in our image list, and then it will. Okay, yeah. I'm going to. I can't. We're just going to. All right. We're going to just. Right now, we'll just put it here for now. We'll call this the. This is going to be the. Call this the in-memory generator. It's not actually a generator, though, but that's what we're going to call it for now. In fact, we don't even need to put that there. What we're going to do is be a function. In-memory generator. And what this takes is a... Let's see here. And they're limited. It also has Twitch support. If you connect your name. Oh. All right. Yeah, I will have to check that out. Let me put it right here. So open RCT2. All right, we'll check that out later. Okay, so in this case, what we're going to do is this is going to be the dictionary. We'll call this the import dict. Import dict. Oh, hey, thanks for the follow, Fox on Main. Oh, thanks for the follow. I will have to update the animation so something a bit more special. I know. Here we go. Let's do this. Here, you can have all the dogs bark at you. I should probably set that up. I should set. Oh, that's exactly what I should do. That's exactly what I should do. People who follow, they should have all the dogs perk up and start barking. I think that would be great. I like that idea. I'll have to get that implemented. All right, so let's see here. We're going to be a dictionary, and this is going to be, I'm going to just say any. I know that I need to do things about the typing, but we can worry about that later. So the main point is that we're going to take all of our info. Mainly we're taking this in here, and we're going to be outputting a dictionary as well. And this will be a also an any. Now then, okay, let's add in the, where are you? Emotions, components. No, not that. There's our, let's see here, there's our image or layer mode. Here it is. So we have static, dynamic, and we'll call this, as I said, variant. So images, let's see here. So yeah, this is Image is an individual frame. Images appear in the following frame. Or oh wait, this is a. Okay, well, let's see here. Components enum. Is that this? I'm busy looking right now to see where we have things kept. Here it is. So it's not in the. It's not in this one. It's over here in the folder structure enum. We have our keyframes, our animation frames, our dynamic, and our static. I kind of already programmed that in. All right. Okay, nice. So what this means is that we're going to have to start organizing these things out a bit. Currently, if we go over here, let's head over to where our images are actually stored. We'll go with angry, idle. So we have our layer components. So here you can see the different information. There's our padding, our background color, the image shape. All right. And this is the cropping to tell us how the frame should be. And then if we go in here, I have dynamic and static, which is right, dynamic and static right here. Okay, import. Let's check. Let's see here. I'm trying to make sure that everything is. I'm trying to make sure that everything is correct. Let's go over to importer. So which ones are we which is it here? Is it folder? I see layer mode. I think this is layer mode. Nope, nope, not layer mode. Okay, yeah, we are. It is layer mode that we're importing. All right. I'm going to have to switch this over, or we're going to have to switch it over at some point. Yeah, so mode to all right, so we'll have to change this over. I think I could probably just simply do it because it looks like there's a yeah, I think it would be fine. Pull prior images to build frames. Only part of the frame it is found in. Oh, balls. In other words, these things aren't even doing what they're supposed to be doing to begin with. Because the way I wrote the code, if you look, you can see here arms is dynamic and body is dynamic. If you check the frame, this here, you can see arms and body are dynamic. And what that pretty much means is that these should be what they're known as these are the variations. So maybe I'll have to change it to variant. And the reason why is because like my characters have different animation frames. For instance, if you look, like I can have his arms down. I can have him playing a game. I can have him in his pockets. I mean, if I want, I can have him in the air. So like, you know, I can change I have a lot of different frames and such. And these are all individual dynamic poses that are generated by the, you know, I generated a lot of videos because of that. So the main difference here is the talking animations, because if you go into set, if you look, I have accessories, which are these happen to be the dynamic. But then if you look, for instance, like VR, oh, not the headset, the eyes. Yeah, the eyes. You can see it's just a single frame. And then if you check out body, you can see I have the mouth right here. So whenever I do something like the headbutting, you can see it's always going to be a closed mouth. And ideally what I would like is, instead of it trying to compile the images, this is why I said I was going to separate out the two, having one called dynamic and the other called variant, because like the different poses are variations of the frames, so they have to be toggled. But the dynamic is, it's supposed to be when I'm talking and I need the mouth to be open, then it will go to that variation, or that it'll make that layer dynamic, so that I can have him talking whenever he's doing anything. So when I get the tail to flick, like you can see there, then he'll still be talking. The mouth will move and the tail will flick, and I can get him to blink as well. It's a way to streamline all the animations and make the character feel a little bit more alive than what it currently looks like. So yeah, with that in mind, I'm going to have to start reworking this. So I think the first thing is let's see here. So we have keyframes. Individual images are part of this. So all right, so let's see here. Keyframes. Animation, dynamic, static. Okay, since we're using layer mode, let's go back to that one. We'll avoid changing the folder structures for now. Let's go to image. Here it is, layer mode. We will add it here. But what we're definitely going to do is we're going to change this. So this happens to be let's see here. So layer mode, this happens to be a so does not change in image. Dynamic is going to be the images are change based on cues. And variants are images that change or by okay, then how would we describe this? I guess we'll just say the images that change by program. And technically, I would like to have these two switched around, because it would make a lot more sense. So where's our? Let's see here. It's not importer, if I remember. Actually, it would be good to go in here and start looking around. Where are you? So here's layer mode. When do we grab layer mode? When do we call layer mode? Thank you. Here. So here we're going to get the value. Okay, so that means, here it is, layer to frame. All right, so this is going to be variant. Variant. And then for the mouth is going to be dynamic. Let's see here. All right, 1 second. Let me think. Okay, I need. A moment. I'm gonna get back up GIMP. I need to. I'm trying to think of the best way to set this up. So we have our sequence of images. This is the talking animation, which happens to be 21210. That's our talking animation. And then we have our set animation, which happens to be these. It's 6 long. And this happens to be a 112233. Now this will have, because of the fact that this here, the mouth is changing. Yeah, this is kind of, all right. This means that, yeah, this is what I'm trying to think about it. Because the idea is that if we're going to make the mouth dynamic, then this right here is not going to, we're not going to do this, because then all this would be is one single frame, 0, and then I simply tell it that the sequence that you would be or the sequence that you'd be inputting into the animator would be dynamic 21210. Because that's the only thing that's changing. That's the reason why the mouth is dynamic, or it currently, the way I have it set up is that it is the mouth is variations of the, so that it will generate this video. But if we're going to add in dynamic, then it would just be one frame, and we tell it how you would adjust or how you would fill that in. Definitely save a lot on memory, because then it would just generate 3 images in one container. And then this one, it would just be 3 containers. But these would also have 3 images, because then you'd have 2, 1, and 0 for the mouths at each different frame. Because then the idea would be that in our while loop, for a in frame, or actually I should say this is a while loop, so I need to work on my writing. While, and then we'll simply be showing our frame. The idea would be that we would have audio. Let's do this real quick. We're mapping out our what we want to do. Might get down there. I guess 1 pixel. 1 pixel will be good enough. Yeah, 1 pixel will be good enough. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so let's see here. Let's zoom in. There we go. Okay, so we'll have audio. Audio check. So we'll end up doing something like audio check, and then this will output a value. This would be a yeah, this is actually a good question. All right, so the idea would be that we'd have an audio check, and this would set out some kind of value. I'm going to say it will be a I'm going to do it integer, because that will just make things faster. It output an integer, and this would simply be a 0, a 1, or a 2. Actually, no, it doesn't even have to be a 0 or a 1. Well, we would break up this to be a distribution, something like that. So 0 means that it's quiet, and then 1, and then 2. Yeah, it doesn't hear anything. 1 means that it heard something quietly, and then 2 means it heard something very loud, something like that. So none, quiet, loud. So we'll have an audio check. And then from here, when we do show frame, it will be having our framer object in there. So we'd have framer, and then would have a parentheses variant is equal to whatever this audio is. So audio. And then from there, that means that whenever the audio adjusts, it will change the how the frame works. Now, because this is a talking animation, what actually would be more like happening is this would be the list, the frame list. And then if we heard if audio 2, then it would run a, do we really want it to oh boy, okay, that might not be a good idea, because I'm sitting there thinking, like, then I would simply do a quick for loop to input in the frames that we want, but yeah, that doesn't sound like that just introduces yeah, like, no, we don't want to do that. This is where that sequence comes in, but actually, we should probably not be thinking about it in the terms of frequencies. We just want to think of in terms of dumping things in and dumping things out. So I think doing this asynchronous would work very well. We definitely would do the audio check. Show frame would be, this would be an if statement where we would find out what the audio is. Also, the if statements would be looking for key buttons, key codes. Can you tell I was a scientist based off of how I write? I'm pretty sure you can tell I was a scientist based off of how I write. I think it's only scientists and doctors who have handwriting that is this illegible. I mean, I can draw an eye. Actually, you know what? Why don't we do this? Let's draw this little guy. I know I'm getting distracted, but we're going to draw this little guy for now. There we go. There we go. There's a zebrafish for you. There we go. There's a zebrafish. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to this. So while audio check frame, I know. So this is actually kind of going to be a compiling thing. So the idea is that we have these different things right here, which are I wonder if actually 1 second, let's get back to our code real quick. Where's our example? Okay, it's not you. Let's see it. Not you sequencer. We're looking for, here it is, this one. We're doing an extend and append. How does extend work? Is this a basic for loop? Let's see here. Python list extend. Is it a for loop? Because if this is just a basic hidden for loop that it does the extension, then I don't have to worry too much about the time and how fast it, or I think it would be fine if I ran a for loop here and there, especially if it's just to add stuff. Let's see here. Plus, I could probably separate out the adding of frames to a separate function and then async that. I just pass in the, I could pass in the, what I want, and then it would then just start adding them in. premature optimizations is the root of all evil. Some Kinzers. Hey, Kinzers. I know. Yes, you are right. You are right. It is the root of... It can cause you to get delayed immeasurably in trying to write code. Maybe I should just run with it and see. Forget it. All right, all right. Yes, yes. Okay, let's just run with it for now, and we'll worry about that later. Let's get our... let's get the sequencer set up. So what we're going to do is... Okay, let's go ahead and run... Let's go ahead and run these first. Oh, syntax error. There it is. Let's go ahead and get our... here it is. There we go. We now have our folder dictionary. So we're importing the... Here it goes. So here it is. This is our import dictionary. Import dict. Oh, I see that. Call that dirt. All right, there we go. Import dict. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cycle through all of these. Because the idea is that we want to compile all of it into memory. This is going to be a bit recursive too, so let's see here for kv in import dict dot items. Let's see. One second. While I'm thinking. Let's see here. I'm thinking. How would I want to do this? Because this diction, I built this up to make it a bit easier to access. So here we have our outfits. Then we have our different stuff, or the animation emotions, and then the components. And then here are all the individual frames. So once we get down to the here, then we want to just start compiling all of these. So let's go do that. So if key or k is animation components, then we will start processing the data. So let's put here this will be processing it. Else, what we'll do is we'll then go in memory v, and then lastly what we'll do is we'll want to return a value for this. I will figure out what the return is in a second. So we'll worry about the return in a minute. The main thing is that this is going to return... Most likely this will return a list. Let's see here. New V. You probably use Python at work in some capacity. Yes, I do. Yes, I use Python quite a bit in work. And being a data engineer, they primarily just want you to use Python. Even when you tell them, "Hey, I can program in other languages," like, nope, Python. So I tend to use Python. Let's see. I'm busy. Okay, well anyway, let's first do the let's get the function here. So this will be okay then. So in this case, it'll be generate images, and we're going to take a list. This will be the image list, which happens to be framer, or list of framers. And this is going to return back a list of images, so in the arrays. And let's make sure that we import these. All right then, so from here, we're going to, for image and image list. Actually, I should call this frame. Better to keep it as, yeah, better to do this. Frame.compile compile images. Okay, then this will be new. Oh, get over here. All right then. We're going to append, and this will be the this will be frame dot image, and then once we're done, we're just going to return this. All right then. So now from here, we're going to get. So from here, we're going to return, or let's see here. One moment, let me think. So this is the animation component. So we're getting the animation components here. If K is an animation component, that means we are in the animation layer, or we're in the component. Thank you. That means we're here in this layer. That means these are the values that we're processing. Actually, that means that we're passing in a dictionary. So that means, yeah, we're passing in a dictionary. So this is not a, this is a dictionary which contains an integer followed by framer. And should we? No, we'll keep it as okay, we'll keep it like that. We'll keep it like this. That means though we can't. Well, that means though we can't append. But what we can do. This will be the index. There we go. Let's go ahead and do some quick refactoring. That way we can make sure that things are proper. All right. So what that means is that when we're here, we now have our value. And we're going to return this. So that's our V. This will be our new V now. This will happen to be our dictionary. All right then, and then simply what we'll want to do is we'll want to return K new V, something like that. And in this case, we'll want to also return this. So this will be a return of K and new V. Actually, K with actually. Oh. Oh. Okay. All right. Do 1 sec. I'm busy. Where are you? I kind of wrote this before, and yeah, right here. I wrote this before. Technically, we don't need to go into the lower layer. We just need to build this out, like so, or yeah, I wrote a recursive loop. This one happened to be just locating the final layer and then inputting it out. But the other code, which is down here, this one, I always get my brain always gets loopy and messed up when I'm trying to think of recursion. I don't know why, but I always get confused. Because technically, what we want to do is we want to go in deeper here, and once we get to the deepest part, then we will run through this. And then afterward, I think, yeah, I think that might be, all right then. So this is going to be, we need a new dictionary. All right then. And then from here, we will have to return this. But what we can do is we can utilize new dictionary. There we go. And this happens to be, we can happen to do this at the end, right here. Oh. All right, well, this needs to actually be up here first. There, and then you come down, and then we're going to return new dict. That way, when we run through... Okay, so we have our new dictionary. We run through, and then this one can simply be new dict. And this will be equal to the key as well. I think that will work. There we go. Okay, let's run this. So now that we have that, let's go ahead and call this the this will be the memory dict. In memory generate, and then this will be the frame dict. There we go. Frame dict is not defined. Oh yeah, it's because it's called folder dict. Okay. It'd help if my hand was in the right place. Is missing a position argument. Import dict. Okay, where did I mess up? Oh yeah, self. We need to get rid of that. Okay. All right, that explains that. Oh, framer object does not have items. Wait. Okay, then. Once we get to animation components, we should be running this. If the K is... If the K is an... Oh. Let's see here. Once we're here, we're going to run the... We're going to then pass this into this. Okay, let's see here. What is this saying exactly? Let's see here. The framer object has no items. So in other words, this right here is the framer is being passed in, and not the dictionary that contains it. Well, how about we do this? Let's see, inspect real quick. So we're here, our loop starts here. We go in, because none of these are animation components, then we go here. And then because none of these are, yeah, and then it goes here. Because this is an animation component, then it should run this code here, unless, okay. Quick check. Yep, there it is. There's the problem. This isn't it is part of animation components, but it is... Okay. Brain, why do you forget? We have done this already. We have done this already twice. Let's see. There's path. This is finding the root directories, so that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for our locate the deeper, but here it is, locate bottom layer. Ah, okay. That might explain it. Okay, that might explain it. We should probably, I should probably write a different function that will, because this is a bit silly. So, is instance is what we want to do. Actually, maybe I could just get away with is instance. I think so. There we go. Okay, yeah. Thank you, brain, for forgetting something so basic. I wish I could count on you. Okay. Yeah, if I could count on you, brain, I would not have to keep second-guessing myself. All right, then. I believe it's... yeah, it's this one right here. We want this to be folder dict. And there we go. Processing. Perfect. All right, done. Okay, let's let it run. Hey, there we go. Look at it running. Let's let it run. The main thing is once it's done, we'll check to see what the final output is. Oh, and it crashed. Okay, why did you crash? Oh, I know why. Okay, I know why. We have a config in there that needs to be dealt with. Oh, it's oh, my dogs are barking. Oh, they're barking. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's 6. Oh, it's 7. Oh, all right. Yeah, I think I need to get off. It's been 3 hours. The dogs need to go walk. And they need to eat. Okay, so all this really requires right here is because we're doing this compile frames. So all this means is that what I can do is framer dict pop. I'm gonna have to set up a proper thing, but layer config. Because if you look in here, because this originally all of this stuff was generated so we could generate videos. So everything was kept together. There it is, layer config. And then that way I could I could get stuff set. So yeah, technically this is not an integer, but anyway, let's rerun that real quick. Oh, stop barking. I have a strong suspicion that this pop is going to just cause this folder dict to lose everything. Because we're not generating anything new. We are, we're not generating anything new. We're referencing. This is one thing that I'm not, I wish Python would do a bit better. Because in C, I can easily, you can easily use pointers to point to everything like, hey, this is a reference to some spot in memory. But in Python, you have to remember, oh yeah, I created this instance, and then once I call the instance, as long as I don't try and recreate the instance, then anything I do to it will all be in memory. But then sometimes the things that generate the code is different from the things that are being referenced. So yeah, I kind of wish that it was a little bit more clear in Python. Let's see. Actually, let's do a quick inspection, because now we're getting a bit deeper. Curious, idle. Yep, it's gone. Yep, I was right. See, it's gone now. Yep, it's gone. All right. I mutated my variables. I mutated it with a pop. Which, well, we can fix that later, but yeah, okay. Anyway, my dog is barking. I need to feed them. So it's been fun. It's been fun. Stop trying to eat my hand. Come here. There we go. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna hop off. But we did a lot of good tests. We figured out that I can, we can generate these animation windows. It works surprisingly well. I was a bit surprised. The last time I did this, it took forever, but last time I was trying to auto-generate everything on hand, and now I'm going to just try and hide it all in memory. So what we'll do is we'll get everything in memory. Hopefully it won't be too big. And then from there, we'll start trying to build out this animation thing. And next time I'll try and import in audio so that I can start getting it to my character talking. Hopefully, as we develop this, I'll be able to start having the idle animations randomly flick while my character is talking. Yeah, I'm hoping that I can do that, because then it'll be quite fun. I can have my character actively chatting while, the tail is moving and whatnot. This is one reason why I wanted to do the compiling right there. But since I'm going to implement invariance. Since I'm going to implement variance, as in the mouth might be a bit different at this particular point in the frame, it might actually work. Do what I'm hoping. But until then, everyone have a good one. Have a good morning. Have a good night. wherever you may be, have a good one, and we'll continue programming later. Laters. Oh yeah. Don't touch the key. My dog is trying to touch the keyboard. Laters.